Welcome to our Wellness to Go series, where we bring you accessible and engaging activities to enhance your overall well-being. Today, we're diving into financial wellness with a fun and practical DIY project, creating your own self-care savings jar. This activity combines mindfulness with financial goals. Let's get started. In the financial wellness activity kit, you will find one piece of cardstock, one income graph, one page of fake money, one jar, one money slot lid. For this activity, additional materials are required. These include wet glue, Mod Podge, or any other type of adhesive, a paintbrush, pencil crayons, stamps, scissors, stickers, and markers. Now that we know what we need to complete this activity, let's get started. Grab your cardstock and your jar, and we're going to wrap the cardstock around the jar. Next, you're going to take a pencil crayon, a pen, or pencil, and you're going to mark where you want the cardstock to stop. As you can see, I marked it just before the neck of the jar. Now, grab your scissors, and we're going to cut the cardstock where we made the mark. And remember, when using scissors, please be careful. With the extra piece of cardstock, you can put it to the side. We're not going to need to use it for this activity. Now take that piece of cardstock you cut and wrap it around your jar. We're going to see if it's the right size. As you can see here, mine is still a little bit too long, so I'm going to mark it to where I'm going to cut a little bit more off. Now let's grab the scissors again, and we're going to cut where we put the mark. And again, remember, please be careful when using the scissors. We're doing this just to trim that little bit excess off, so you can throw that piece out. We're not going to need it. Now measure the mason jar with the cardstock just to make sure that is the perfect length and height. Now put your mason jar to the side. We're going to decorate the cardstock we cut. Start by decorating the cardstock with images, drawings, quotes, anything that represents your self-care or mindfulness activity. Make it personal and inspiring. As you can see here, I decided to go for a massage as my self-care goal. Now you'll want to grab your jar and the adhesive as well as a paintbrush. Start by removing the lid on the mason jar. I find that this helps me hold onto it as I can put my hands on the inside. Then you're going to want to get your adhesive ready. Use the paintbrush to help you layer on the adhesive. Add a layer of glue or the adhesive of your choice onto the jar. As you can see, I'm using Mod Podge, so I'm using the paintbrush to help me layer the Mod Podge onto the jar. After you've created a thin layer of the adhesive onto the jar, carefully wrap the decorated cardstock around. Now that you've wrapped your cardstock around the jar, you're going to want to give it a little bit of a tight squish just to make sure that it's going to completely stick to the adhesive. Now, I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive over to the seam of the cardstock just to make sure that it does not peel, it does not come off. Now, take a pencil crayon, a pencil, or anything with a flat bottom and use it to press down on the seam of the cardstock where we put the extra adhesive. Here's what mine looks like with the cardstock wrapped around and the extra adhesive on the seam. Now we're going to set that aside to dry as we move on to the next step. You're going to grab the fake money sheet and a pair of scissors. Now we're going to cut out each section of the fake money circles. I find it easiest to cut out each row of different circles just so I can organize it. Now start cutting out each individual circle. Remember, when you're using the scissors, please be careful. After you're done a row, you can move on to the next one, and then the next, and then the next, and cut all the individual circles out. We finished cutting out the circles. Blue is $1, red is 5 cents, orange is $5, yellow is 10 cents, and green is 25 cents. Let's move those over to the side and grab our jar. Now grab your adhesive again, and we're going to put a very thin layer over the cardstock. This is just going to make sure everything is sealed in place and doesn't budge. Now we're going to let it sit and dry. While we're letting the jar dry, we're going to take a look at the savings tracker template that was included in your kit, one for each month of the college year. We're also going to grab the student income graph. You'll see a legend on the side that correlates with each color in the wheel. Alright, now we're going to break down the student income graph. Let's first look at housing. 25% of your income should go towards your housing, so whether that's the student dorms or rent. Next is food. 15% of your income should go towards food, so whether that's takeout or groceries to make your own food at home. Next is education. This could be anywhere from your tuition to extra courses, placement funds, or textbooks. We're going to put 15% away of your income into education. Next is transportation. Whether that's car payments, insurance, Uber, public transit, we're going to put 10% of our income away to cover all those costs. Next is utilities and bills. We're going to put 10% of our income away to cover these costs. If you are living in the student dorms, usually the utilities are covered and are included in the cost. But if you're renting, sometimes the utilities and bills like heating, hydro, anything like that won't be covered. Next is savings. We're going to put 10% of our income away to our savings. So whether you're saving for a car, for a house, anything that you have a goal or just want to have some extra safety money, that's where this money is going to go towards. And of course, we need some money for ourselves, so 5% of the income is going to go towards personal. So that could be clothes, shoes, makeup, hair, anything that you want it to be, that's where that money is going to go. Now we have medical. This could be anywhere from medication like Advil or Tylenol to vaccines. That's where this 5% is going to cover just in case you have any emergency medical costs. And lastly, miscellaneous. We're going to put 5% of our income towards this category, and this is going to cover anything that isn't already listed. Something I use this category for is to cover any pet costs, whether that's food, vet bills, or anything that I need to get for my pet. This could also cover birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, decorations, anything. It's just good to have some of that money aside, just in case you need to get something you didn't plan on buying. Now let's move on to filling out the savings tracker. The first one that we're going to do is for September. And I decided to start mine at the 3rd because we weren't technically in school for the 1st or the 2nd yet. Remember that fake money we cut out earlier? Now we're going to use it. And that's what you're going to choose to put towards your self-care savings goal. I decided for September 3rd, I'm going to put $1 towards my self-care savings goal. All I'm going to do is write down $1 in the box. All right, grab that lid with the slit in the top. We're going to use it on our jar. For the old lid, you can throw it out, you can keep it for whatever you want, but this activity is going to focus on just using the black lid with the slit. We're going to pretend that it's a piggy bank, and we're going to put that fake money in the slit to put in our savings jar. Now it's time to just clean everything up. So all those paper cuttings and any glue or the paintbrush, you can clean all those out, throw them out. Now let's show off what we made. This is mine, and as you can see, my savings goal is a massage. If yours is still a little wet, that's okay. Just let it dry for a little bit longer. Each time you put the fake money into the savings jar, make sure that you move money from your bank account to a separate savings account. The fake money is just supposed to be a visual representation of the money that you are saving. If you would prefer, you can put actual cash into the savings jar instead of the fake money. And there you have it, your very own self-care savings jar. Every month, you can pick an amount that you would like to put towards this goal. If you would like, you can add up the coins to be like $10, 20 cents, $6. It can be anything. Now, at the end of the academic year, you can look back and see how much money you saved up to put towards your goal. And then, as soon as you're done that final exam, you can go out and treat yourself to whatever it is that you want. I know that now, when this is done, I'm going to go get a massage. Now that you've created your self-care savings jar, let's explore some tips and variations to help you make the most out of your savings journey. Goal setting. Clearly define your self-care savings goal and write them down on a label or a card. Attach this to your jar as a daily reminder. Whether you're saving for a spa day, a new book, or even a weekend getaway, having a specific goal will keep you focused. Incorporate motivational quotes or affirmations related to your self-care and financial wellness. Place these on your jar as a reminder of why saving for your well-being is so important. Consider using multiple jars for different self-care categories. For example, you can have separate jars for relaxation, fitness, hobbies, and pampering. This way, you can allocate funds specifically for each type of self-care activity. Visual reminders can be powerful motivators. Attach inspirational images or pictures of the self-care activities you're saving for. Seeing these images regularly can help you stay committed to your savings goal. Set up scheduled deposits to add money to your jar consistently, whether it's weekly or monthly. Remember, consistency is key to building your savings over time. Make saving fun by creating a reward system. Treat yourself to a small self-care activity for reaching many milestones. This keeps the process enjoyable and motivates you to keep going. Include inspirational notes inside your jar. Write little notes of encouragement or positive affirmations on the back of your fake money. When you add them to the jar, read the back to stay motivated and inspired. Finally, make it a family or group activity. Involve your loved ones by creating self-care savings jars together. Share your goals and progress to support and encourage each other on your wellness journey. With these tips and variations, your self-care savings jar can become a powerful tool in your financial wellness journey. Remember, saving for self-care is an investment in your overall well-being. Congratulations on creating your DIY self-care savings jar. If you already crafted your jar following our instructions, we'd love to hear how it's going. Share in the comments, what self-care goal are you saving for? How has using the savings jar helped you stay motivated? And any other tips that you want to share with people starting their own savings journey? Your experience can inspire others to prioritize self-care while managing their finances. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Wellness to Go activities. There's a new one every month, so stay tuned. Explore more on-campus resources and activities to enhance your financial wellness in the video description.